What I'm here to say is that this year, this election, voting for Joe Biden is not about whether you agree with him. It's a vote to let our democracy live another day. That's what this is about.
Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez made her most impassioned plea to disillusioned progressives to vote for Joe Biden in 2020 in order to save our democracy. Listen in.
The thing you need to do is vote. And I want to talk to some of my brothers and sisters and some of my brethren that don't vote. And they don't vote not out of apathy, but actually because they feel so heartbroken at our democracy. Because I understand why people say, I don't vote, what's the point? I really empathize with it. I'm not here to dismiss you. I'm not here to poo-poo you. I'm not here to say you're wrong or that you're a bad person. What I'm here to say is that this year, this election, voting for Joe Biden is not about whether you agree with him. It's a vote to let our democracy live another day. That's what this is about. We need to act in solidarity and protection for the most vulnerable people in our society who have already experienced the violent repercussions of this administration.
I want to emphasize something that she said by playing it again. Voting for Joe Biden means that our democracy can live another day.
Voting for Joe Biden is not about whether you agree with him. It's a vote to let our democracy live another day.
With the death of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the stakes in this election should be crystal clear. If Donald Trump gets the opportunity to not only replace her, but another term where he can replace even more justices, then the progressive movement in this country will be set back for our entire lifetimes. That means that someone like Tom Cotton will be put on the bench, and our children and our grandchildren will be fighting him over the next 50 years. The stakes in this election have never been higher. And I understand exactly where she's coming from, because there are a lot of disaffected voters, people who don't feel like the system has done anything for them, and they have a valid case. They make valid points, but our system is broken. That doesn't mean that our system can't get worse. And if Donald Trump gets another term, it will get worse in so many other ways. If it wasn't enough that 200,000 people have already died from COVID-19 because Donald Trump intentionally downplayed the pandemic, consider how many people will die in his second term because he will continue to downplay the pandemic. If it wasn't enough that Donald Trump has given life to the white supremacist movement, a renaissance in white supremacy in this country like we haven't seen in our lifetimes before, imagine what he will do with a second term. If it wasn't enough for Donald Trump to brag about sending in federal agents to execute a comrade of ours, Michael Reinhold, then imagine how much he will do in the second term because he has now bragged about it 3 times on national television. Voting Donald Trump out of office is about letting our democracy live to fight another day. What will happen to this country if he gets another term and then appoints 2 or 3 more Supreme Court justices who carry the same white supremacist ideology that he has? We will not recover in our lifetimes, and we will be consigning our children and our grandchildren to a society that is even worse than we have now. And so I am personally with Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I don't agree with Joe Biden and much of his politics, but I firmly agree with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that voting for Joe Biden and getting rid of Donald Trump means that our democracy can live to fight another day.
Voting for Joe Biden is not about whether you agree with him. It's a vote to let our democracy live another day. That's what this is about.